player named Donald Driver that was doing the camp for free. I said, don't you make more money, way more money than Donald Driver. I said, don't become your Hollywood. Don't forget where you came from. Pretty much saying, do something for the underprivileged kids in the ghetto. Why are you doing a camp with white people in Kingwood for $399 when I don't like count people's money, but goddamn, you know what this motherfucker's making. So
Right.
I just
Yes. Welcome back to the Bad Guys Podcast. I am your host, King Walker. Late night special. Late Wednesday night special. I thought I'd hop on and speak on the BS that I seen. That is Moses Malone Jr. Son of the NBA great, pocket watching and talking crazy, I would say, about James Harden. And it didn't just stop there. James Harden allegedly sent niggas to run down on him. Sent niggas to run down on him. We will get to that later in the episode. ASAP Rocky had dropped an interview. We're gonna get to that also. Of course, he brought up Drake, Rihanna, ASAP Ferg. That was the best part. That was better than the Drake part. He spoke on ASAP Ferg and how he took ASAP out his name and how he felt about certain people. He was calling. I think it was ASAP. He was calling these niggas out, sucker moves. He was doing his thing. So we'll get to that. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the podcast, the TikTok, Instagram, the Spotify. Put an episode out earlier today. Spider-Man, the Spider-Man movie review, and we got 500 subscribers. We talked about that a little bit. I got other episodes, of course. We got the Lantern episode. We got a lot going on. Like and subscribe. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Like I said, Spotify, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Bad Guys Pod. All right, let's get to it. Looks like ASAP Rocky is He went on Jason Lee's show. And spoke on beef with Drake, his wife, his beef with his old crew. Some try to sue him, and he's speaking out, and I ain't mad at it.
Posted, she not on my album, like, you know what I'm saying? What single she supposed to be posting? She posted my album,
right,
after it went number one.
Wait, but can I just do something real quick? Hold on, give it up for a number one album.
I think he has the best album of the year. This whole Drake thing is getting overblown. I'm glad he's speaking on it. He even thought, even with the beef with Drake, this is why I like it. Even with the beef with Drake, he didn't put too much on the Kendrick and Drake beef.
Okay, so out of Kendrick and Drake, who was the fucking problem in that beef?
I don't know. You gotta ask them. I'm saying, I don't know if that's beef. Them just did a rap battle.
Not Like Us wasn't beef. Are you crazy? That was a straight up AR-15.
I like the way ASAP is handling it. He's not trying to engage in all this these beef antics, which I think he would.
You've always been successful, but I mean,
I'm not mad at him, but he went hard at his crew. He goes hard at his.
I'm the one who made us put ASAP before our name. Mm-hmm. I'm ASAP Rocky, you ASAP Yens, you ASAP so-and-so. That was on me. Mm-hmm. So I knew I had like a capitalist kind of like approach. It was just like, I knew we was destined to be great. It was motherfuckers. We was a collective. It was people who painted, people who skateboarded. It was people who rapped. It was people
and you
who
were on your Pretty Boy Fly model shit.
For
and
sure.
It was all very different.
But they all was fly though. Everybody was fly. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you. Everybody. You know, and Relly used to get the most money out of all of us. He was the flyer. He got the most money. He lived on 91st Street. Everybody around him was white boys. So his best friend was a
Isn't Relly the one that pressed charges on him that he allegedly shot at with the fake gun? I had to give it to him. He's still giving him his props. I'd have been like, "Fuck that nigga. That nigga ain't do nothing."
white boy Joe that's still his best friend today. And white boy Joe went to boarding school. So white boy Joe introduced him to all of the white boys in the neighborhood that he skateboard with. Real name is Skateboard Rep. Let's be clear. But he dropped that when his brother started robbing him for his packs and stuff. Ferg, ASAP Rocky, and so on and so forth. Ferg started making t-shirts and belts. Ferg used to, he went interviews going so hard about.
Is that the right saying for it? It's a lot of parent retaliation going on with the lady in Memphis and now this. I want to say it was some other things too. It's getting to the point where at first when I heard, I'm like, okay, that's okay, that's okay. But at some point, laws are getting broken and people are getting thrown in jail with kids out here parentless. So this man, like I said, he lured him to shoot him. Well, shoot the rape. Let's pull it up. I got the video, of course, as always. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to the podcast, TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff. See what they talking about here.
Began looking into 20-year-old Diego Montoya Gonzalez after the mother of an 11-year-old found a video on her child's phone.
The mother of the victim called Grove City Police to report that her 11-year-old child was sexually assaulted by, at the time, an unknown adult male.
The next day, prosecutors said the child's father lured him back to the home.
The child's father started messaging the defendant on a TikTok account as if he was his daughter, stating that, quote, the daughter, was home alone because, again, quote, her parents had left. At about 6:09, the defendant showed up to the back door of the residence. The father answered the door and ultimately shot the defendant twice.
The child's father sat in the courtroom as
So what we doing? It's a lot of parent retaliation going on. What we doing? Are we mad at Mr. Gonzalez or not? He set him up. It's premeditated. Premeditated.
Montoya Gonzalez was arraigned. He's charged with felonious assault, but we're not showing him to protect the identity of his daughter. According to a complaint, the father told police he planned to beat Montoya Gonzalez up, hold him, and call for police. But he believed Montoya Gonzalez was reaching for a gun, so he says he shot him. Prosecutors said investigators found multiple videos on Montoya Gonzalez's phone showing the sexual abuse of children, including an infant or toddler.
Jesus.
He's charged with rape, pandering sexually oriented material involving a minor, and obstructing official business because prosecutors said he tried to run when he was arrested. A judge gave Montoya Gonzalez a $20,000 recognizance bond and $50,000 cash surety bond. He's also ordered to stay away from the victim's family.
It's wild out here. And these parents is fighting back. These parents is fighting back. Not the way it's moving. That bond was a little too low. The bail and bond was a little too low for me. 20,000? Was it 20,000? That's 50,000. He might have that. No, these little niggas be having that these days. Yeah, I don't trust, especially when it comes to these kids. Absolutely not. What else we got? Oh yeah, this James Harden stuff. Moses Malone Jr. Malone Jr. pocket watching James Harden. James Harden sending the goons over there, put them hands on. James Harden sending them LA goons. I found the video, man. He's sitting there and say, yeah, that ain't it. They ran up on me.
And $399 for a day and a half. Why didn't he go downtown to do a camp for free for underprivileged kids? I got about 2 or 3 of these calls, right? So after the third call, I went on my Facebook post. And I posted his flyer and I put James Harden. Why aren't you pretty much looking out for underprivileged kids? You're charging $399 for a camp. And there's a football player named Donald Driver that was doing the camp for free. I said, don't you make more money, way more money than Donald Driver? I said, don't become your Hollywood. Don't forget where you came from. Pretty much saying, do something for the underprivileged kids in the
Now this nigga is pocket watching at his finest. This is pocket watching at his finest.
ghetto. Whatever it is, man, please take it down, bro. Just please take it down. So I'm like, I think about it, right? I take it down. Literally 30 minutes later, Harden that texts me from her phone. Okay? That's what she's saying. So I reply to him, am I supposed to be scared? Are you mad about a basketball camp? Do something for the inner city youth. That's what I said. And me and her went back and forth for about 2 text messages to the point that I thought the beef was cleared up.
Mm.
I was just like, basically like, hey, if he's upset or I apologize for what I said, but I'm speaking the truth. You know what I'm saying? He needs to do something for the inner city youth. Okay? He's like, so.
And I'm gonna be honest, no, he don't. He can say fuck them niggas and he can be in his right, well wrong right. Nobody should be able to judge him off that. He does not have to do anything for the inner city youth. I don't know why. That is a thing where these celebrities have to do something and make y'all feel better. I don't know why. Anyway, proceed.
So she's like, okay, I don't think anything of it. The next day, this happened on Thursday. I have a friend named Herb Baker. Herb Baker calls me because he's friends with James Harden's cousin, or his brother-in-law, Lennox, that was like married to his sister, James Harden's sister. And he's like, Lennox is telling him, man, you need to talk to your boy Mo. I don't know what they got going on, but James is mad about this Facebook post, and Mo need to chill or something like that. And my boy Herb is like, no, man, that nigga ain't tripping about that. Like, y'all, we should sit down, let them niggas smoke a blunt with each other, talk this shit out and be over with. And he said, he's like, all right, I'm going to go back to James. He goes back to James and tells James this. James tells that nigga, man, fuck you. You sound like you sleeping with the enemy. And he told that nigga, this was his exact words. He said, you tell that nigga my money go forever. That's what he said, right? So I'm like, I'm thinking this shit, all right, cool. Maybe this shit's over with. So Herb's like, man, don't worry about that shit, man. He'll get over it, but thinking this shit's over with. I'm just being honest with you. Okay.
All right.
So the next day, it was a party. This guy named, he goes by, his real name is Gary Womack, but he goes by Dion out here. He's fake ass blood gang member nigga, right? And he had a birthday party. So I get to the birthday party. They're all at the party hanging out. I get a text message from DJ Eric. And dog, you kind of know a little bit about who this guy is, right?
Yes.
So DJ Eric's asking me, where are you going tonight? I got bottles and bitches and all this other shit. So I'm looking at the message like, nigga, I've never had to call you in my life for no alcohol or no bitches. So I text the nigga back. I was like, I'll be outside. Like that. Just told him I'll be outside, right? He texts back, bet, hit me up. So I get in the club and the after party's V Live. These niggas keep coming up to me in the club. Man, where y'all going tonight? Where y'all going tonight? To me and my bodyguard nigga, right? Mm-hmm. They keep asking us where we're going. So we finally get outside the car and I'm like, we going to V Live. And my bodyguard's like, you sure? I'm like, yeah. We going to V Live. But the only reason, dog, I'm thinking it's cool to go to V Live is because DC 7 Up will say this. These niggas will tell you how much money I spent in that club. I was one of their best customers, as they would say, right? I wasn't tripping. I've known these guys for 15 years. I've known DJ Eric since 2005 for years. So I would never think in my life that these people would have something planned up for me. Okay. So I pull up to the club. I had a parking spot in the front. As soon as I'm paying the valet person, I turn around and there's a nigga named Blunt. You know, the Blunt nigga, Darian Blunt. He's walking from the club with 15 other guys, right? Literally 12 to 15 guys. They circle me. They all pull out their guns. They didn't have just regular guns. They had guns with drums, AKs out there, Uzis. I seen the guns. Like, they came for me like I was Tony Montana.
They about to run down on you. You walking around the city, you go to all these little black clubs. They gonna catch you. You smoking, you drinking. Oh, he just walking around talking crazy. They've been watching you. They've been watching you. He said, like, hey, like James Harden said, his money don't end. So he sent them goons your way. Proceed.
And I
will say this. He's talking hot shit. He seems like a guy that talks hot shit. I probably would have sent some niggas his way too.
DJ Eric to the left of me. He's recording. He has his phone out recording the shit, right? I thought he was recording, but it gets better. The first thing Blunt says to me, yeah, you on Facebook talking about James Harden. And I looked at the nigga like, bro, are you serious? That's exactly what I said. Are you sure? Yeah, you on Facebook talking about James Harden. You gonna end up dead out here. You gonna end up dead. So he's talking all this shit. And I'm just looking at Blunt. Now, Blunt, remind you, is 5'9", 350 pounds with a stomach like he's 18 months pregnant. Okay? Literally, like with twins.
Yes, Zakia. Yeah, this is nigga shit at its finest. All over a camp. All over a camp. Nigga shit at its finest.
Dog, with twins, okay? This is how fat he is. I'll punish Blunt. So when I see all them guns, I do like this. And I look at him like that, and I do like this. Like, kind of smirk at him, like, nigga, you know damn well, if you was out here by yourself, you get your ass whooped. That's how I looked at him, right? And then that nigga was like, get him. And then, you know, some nigga punched me. Another nigga punched me. They ripped my earrings out my ear. Somebody ran my pockets. They twist me around and the nigga pistol whipped me. A nigga pulled a gun out. Like he was.
Usually when a real nigga's got a fight story or the point where he fights back. But proceed, they ripping earrings out this whole ass nigga's head.
Was about to shoot me, and then I heard somebody say, no. And then he turned the gun around and hit me in the back of the head, right? Then I fell on the ground, and then somebody kicked me in my stomach, then the other dude kicked me in my face, all right? Yeah, but I could hear Blunt the whole time. Yeah, punch that nigga, kick that nigga. He got to learn. He's talking all this shit, right? So after they took all my shit, my jewelry, it was like $50,000. I had David German change. It took about $50,000 worth of jewelry from me, right? They ran my pockets. It was like $500 in my pocket. You know, they took my keys, credit cards, all that shit. So Blunt and them niggas is walking back into the club, right, dog? They walking back in the club.
They took this nigga out in the parking lot, beat him, robbed him, ripped his earrings out his ear, and walked back in the club like, because you. Oh man, you can't make this shit up.
So when they're walking back in the club, one nigga walks by me to have my chain, and he says, yeah, nigga, if you want your chain back, I want $5,000. And he puts his gun back in his waistband, and he walks directly in the club. Now, remind you, this is in front of security. Security's watching this shit the whole time. Okay? So my guy that's with me, he couldn't do anything. It's 2 verse 15.
Right.
So he's like, man, Mo, just go home. Just go home. I'm like, man, I don't got my keys. Because I have my keys in my car. So 5 minutes later, somebody comes and brings my keys and credit cards to me. and my ID. Okay. And I tell that nigga, John, he's like, bro, all them niggas that did the situation is in James Harden's section right now. I said, what? I said, all right. I said, give me your phone and go back in and follow them niggas. Right? He's like, what you about to do? I said, give me your phone because they stole my phone. I said, give me your phone.
This nigga's about to call the police. This nigga was talking hot shit. Now you want to call the police.
Go back in and follow them niggas. So when he goes back inside, I go up to the security and I tell them niggas, I said, hey, and this is on everything. I said, y'all better go inside and get my fucking jewelry. And you know what they told me, dog? V Live's gonna open with or without you. I said, oh, okay. Bet. I said, bet. So I went into my car, hooked my iCloud up to my car, and I found a number that is high level person in Houston, and they directed me what to do. And they were like, we're gonna send every police unit up to V Live right now. I just need you to call 911. So I call 911 and they come up to the club. First two cops pull up. I see the security guard in the front dash on the inside. He must have went to go tell Blunt that the police was there, right? Mm-hmm. But by the time Blunt took the tapes out the back, went through the back door. Well, by the time the police got there, dog, they had like 40 to 50 cars out there. People thought that somebody died. They had both sides of the street. You couldn't get up and down the street. That's how many cop cars were there. They locked everybody in the building. There's a officer named Officer Bettinger. When I'm standing outside, he comes running from the back. He's out of breath. His first thing he says is, I just had to give chase to James Harden. I caught him running out the back door trying to get in his Sprinter. And I made him go back in the club. Yeah, that's what the officer says, right? So he's like, I think he has something to do with this. This is exactly what the officer says. So what they did, they made everybody come out the building. You had to swipe your ID. There was 450 names in there. You had to swipe your ID. And when you walk by, I get to look at you. So I seen three of the niggas in the issue. Pointed them bitch ass niggas out. Like it was him, right? They put them niggas in cuffs. So they finally let the club go. They take me to another location for me to identify them niggas. I identify them niggas. You know what I'm saying? And then, the night's over. So I'm telling my bodyguard nigga, I'm like, hey, dog, you need to go to your house and pack up all your shit. We out of here. Because I already knew what was coming,
This man. What? The streets is crazy. This is the crazy something with these celebrities, well, not really celebrities, the athletes, parents killing parents retaliating all summer. It's crazy out here. These niggas acting crazy in the streets. Summer's almost over. We got one more month. And it's almost over. Make sure you guys are hitting that like and subscribe button. Hit up my homie Cooking with Positivity, Zakia, Spotify, Facebook, YouTube, all that good stuff. We got an episode out, The Real Betty Boop. I'm about to run it again because I never ran it on Facebook and all that. So I'm gonna run it again, probably tomorrow, day after. Make sure you guys are hitting that like and subscribe button. I appreciate everybody that watches the show. Yeah, I'll probably see you guys tomorrow because I've been watching a lot of TV. We'll talk about that. Oh yeah. When's your birthday? I'm gonna have to have you on one of these days this month. A couple days this month. I don't say one. A couple days this month. Hit me up. All right. Yeah, that's it. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing to everybody in the outro. Play the outro. Check out all them people. I'm gonna update it soon too. I gotta update it again because I gotta add some, take some off, and yeah, the 15th. Oh, it's popping around that day. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on around your birthday. That's it. Let's go ahead and get on up out of here. Bad guys out. See you guys tomorrow.